Don't let go. Don't let go.
Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be breaking down Hold On by by yours truly, and as usual we're going to be breaking down the whole song, how it's produced, how it was mixed and everything. The link to the full song is in the description below. If you haven't listened to the music, you can go ahead and check that out. So first things first, as you can see from the top, we have this Foley noise. Okay, it's just random noises and everything just to fit that atmosphere that I was going for. The first major sound is this piano sound right here. And if we go over into the mixing process, you can see what we have right here. This is how it was mixed and everything. And alongside that, we also have this guitar to go along with the keys. So this is the guitar soloed, and these are the effects that turned up on the guitar. As you can see, we have them right here. And the guitar was from Ample Guitar right here. An amazing guitar plugin that we have right there. And together, these two are routed to a boss track. This is the boss track right here. And these are the effects on the boss. Okay, we have a parametric EQ right here. And then we also have a saturation knob on the boss track. Without the effects on, these how it sounds. With the effects on, these how it sounds. Then alongside this two for the intro, we also have this this percussion loop going on in the background. And then over here we have a snare that comes in alongside the booms and rises and everything. Okay, and then for this other section, we have a couple of new instruments that were added. First of all, we have this. And if we have to go into the mixer, we have these three plugins going on: Parametric EQ, Soundcodizer, and then Ozone 11. Okay. And then aside that, we also have this. Okay, and then the effect on this, as you can see, we have all these plugins going on. And then alongside that, we also have this going on. Okay, that is what that does. And then for this other one, we have this plugins: Soundcodizer, Saturation Knob, Parametric EQ, and a Fruity Blood Overdrive going on that. And then also we have this. And then these are the effects that were added on that: EQ, Soundcodizer, and saturation. And then alongside that, we have this. All right. And these are the effects that came up on this. Without the effects, these are how it sounds. With the effect sound on these, how it sounds. All right, took out most of those low-end frequencies. And then we have the bass coming in. And then these are the effects that came up on the bass: Parametric EQ, Soundcodizer, Valhalla Vintage Verb, and then we also have another parametric EQ. Without the effects, these are how it sounds. But with the effect sound on these, how it sounds. Okay. And then all together, this is how they sound. Okay, so for the stardom of this intro section, we have the vocals.
Hold on, don't let go. Even when you're down, stand up, don't give up.
And then for the vocals, as you can see, we have quite a bunch of plugins going on. First of all, we have a parametric EQ.
Hold on, don't let
Then we have a
go.
fruity limiter for compression. Then we have a sound equalizer,
Even
a
when
little bit of
you're
that.
down,
Then we have
stand
another
up,
EQ. As you can see, we
don't
boosted the mid
give
frequencies over here.
up.
Another EQ to,
When you
lower
hit
those harsh
the ground,
frequencies.
you're in God's hands. He's
Another
made
EQ
a
over here
way.
to also
You're
take a
not
little bit
alone,
of those harsh
even
frequencies.
in the
And
fight.
then we have
Hold
a Pro DS
on, don't let
for DS in the vocal.
go. Don't let go.
Then a little bit of saturation right here. So without the effects, this is how the vocal sounds. But with all the effects turned on, this is how it sounds.
Don't ever let go.
So technically that is that for this first section. And then for this next section, we have the verse 1 coming in.
Don't let go.
Down deep, ashes and crumble surrounds me, I'm choking on it. I'm drowned in, dip in the waters around me, I'm suffocating. Got me taking my last breath. And then the only new elements that were added here were just the drums. As you can see, we have them going on right here. And then we still have the percussion loop and then the snare. Starting with the kick, we have this going on. These are the effects going on the kick. Then we have a snare coming in. All right. Then we have this clock tick sample. Okay, then we have an open hi-hat, I believe. A second hi-hat. Then we have this perk sample. Then also we have a drum bus. Okay, where everything is routed to. Without the effect on drum bus, this is how it sounds. But with the effects turned on, this is how it sounds. Great. And with all the drum effects turned off, this is how they sound. Okay, but all the effects turned on, this is how it sounds. Nice. And then, as usual, we also have this. All right, so that's the only new element that we added. Then also we have the rap vocals. I'm drowned in, dip in the waters around me, I'm suffocating. Got me taking dip my last breath. And without the effects sound off, turned on, this is how it sounds.
To the point where it all began. I'm going in circles again.
But if we turn on the effects, this is how it
A
sounds.
prison of your mind and emotions, caged in the soul with the
And
jelly
you can
and the
see all
water
the effects
of.
that we have
You've wandered
going on right
off,
here.
you've wandered far, you're wondering how to get to where you want to go. But hold on.
Halfway into the rap verse, we have all the elements coming in, as you can see right here. We have all these elements coming in, which is the same from the intro. All right, but the only new element added here, we have this hi-hat loop added to the drums, and then we have this pluck sample added over here. So if I'm turning on back the drums, for this pluck sample, the effects on this were as follows. As you can see, we have them right here. Without the effects, this is how it sound. This is without the effects turned off. This is with the effects turned off, and with the effects turned back on. As you can see, we have all this going on right here. So we have this last section, which added a whole lot of new elements and everything. All right, so let's just go ahead and play this last section. Let's see how it sounds. I'm gonna flow from the previous section. Let's just flow into the last section so that we can hear how it builds up.
Fire,
Okay, so first things first, as you can see all of this, we've gone over all this. The only new elements added were from here, all this section right here. These are all the new elements that were added. So let's go over them one by one. So first things first, we have this going on right here. So this is the cello over here. And if we go over this, these are the effects on the cello. All right, if we turn off the effects, this is how it sounds initially with all the effects turned off. All right, but with all the effects turned on, this is how it sounds. And then aside that, we also have another cello to give it more, to make it more full, okay? All right, and this is it over here. With the effects turned off, this is how it sounds. Barely audible. So both of them together, this is how they sound. All right, so aside that, we have this one right here. And then the effects on this were all this right here. So this is with the effects turned off. And this is with the effects turned on. Okay, and then lastly at the end we have these two right here. And then alongside that we have the strings. So alongside all this playing, we also have all this risers, fallers, hits, impact going on right here at the bass. All right, so these are all that we have. Then we have another riser coming in right here. All right, and that sums everything up. All right, guys, so that'll be it for this video. Remember, the link to the full song is in the descriptions below. If you want to check that out, go ahead, have a listen, and enjoy the music. So that'll be it for this video. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also enable notifications so that you don't miss out when the next video drops. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.